was a little girl, 6 years old. But now something that was very devastating to me, that hurt me, I cannot remember that. Because if I do, I haven't forgiven. Not true.
Not true.
I can remember it, but I can also choose not to ever make it live again by not bringing it up. Not bringing that offense up to you again. But it would be wrong for you to tell me not to even remember it. I got a mind. But I choose, even when it comes up in my head, that's not where I'm going with this, because that's a dead issue. My mother was real. She did live. She was born 1921. She did die in 2000. And you want me to forget that? These are things that happen in our lives. But we choose to do the right things with our lives. And it's called move forward and go on. All right, so forgiveness is a journey. And then here's another thing that you might want to put down. What hope has hatred harnessed? When you don't forgive and you keep hatred in your heart, here's the question. What hope has hatred harnessed? Here's another one. What argument has ever been aided by anger? I'm going to go back. Forgiveness is a journey. Number 2, what hope has hatred harnessed? The next one, what argument has ever been aided by anger? Here's another one. What problems have ever been solved by revenge? So you tore his car up. Somebody's got to pay for that. What problems, here it is, what problems have ever been solved by revenge? Then the next one. You might be trying to consciously or unconsciously punish someone by not forgiving them. You may be doing it and not really realizing it. And your whole thing is to punish them. So that's why you're not forgiving them. But the question is, who are you really hurting? Who are you really hurting? Who carries that judgment? When you think about it, who carries that judgment with them wherever they go? It's you. Your brother, your sister are not what you perceive they did to you. They did it, but that's not who they are. And if that's true about you, that's true about them. You may have done what they say you did, but you're not what you did. So then if that's true about you, you cannot perceive them as what they did. That's something that they did in a moment, or moments, or an hour. But that's not who they are. And you have to learn to release people. Now here's another thing. They are not some frozen moments in time that, like a brick, you choose to carry into the present. And that's what we have done. We have taken the hurts and the pains that people have done to us in their moment, and we've carried them around, you know, like bricks. And we're worn out, we're tired, we're not even happy about making new relationships because we're carrying such negativity from the old relationships. So I'm going to ask you to do something before I get ready to close this out. Close your eyes, please. Close your eyes, and I want you to think about that person that it seems so hard to forgive. Close your eyes, and I want you to breathe and let it out. I want you to do it again. I want you to breathe again, and then I want you to let it out. And one more time. Breathe again, and now let it go. Open your eyes. Don't you feel lighter? Don't you feel lighter? Because really, what can you do about it? And it's really making a mess of your new relationships. Some people don't let it go and they get married again. And again. And again. And some ladies are so in need. That ain't y'all at this table, is it? They so in need that they don't care. I got to get married before I graduate, or at least after I graduate, you know. But the point is, forgive, because if you forgive, it makes life easier. I'm gonna tell you, sometimes people are in some tight places, especially when they get older. When they get older, they ain't even thinking about divorcing that mate. That ain't got nothing to do with things. And when you do get your way, wow, celebration. But it is a wonderful thing when you choose to forgive others, because it opens the avenue for a fresh relationship with that same person. And you're able to go into new relationships as a healthy person. Here's some things that I want you to write down, and I'm going to take my seat. We are meant to live and work together. That's regardless of the sex, the color of your skin, creed, religion. We are meant to live and work together. Joint efforts usually yield better results. It's always better to have two. Here's another thing. We've got to learn to share our talents. We come together to do it. We come together to share our talents and to motivate each other. Find something good to say and motivate one another. Cut off conflicts. Even on campus, as soon as someone comes in the midst of you to start some type of conflict, put it into it. Conflicting situations suck the life out of you. Don't be a part of conflicts. Stay focused. Stay positive. You know, an old lady told me, why navigate your boat in choppy waters when you can back it out and just get out of the storm and ride smoothly? So people with all these choppy personalities to bring confusion into your life, don't mistreat them and hurt them, but let them know that I can't tolerate this. Not today, not ever, because it's not a good thing. Okay? Now, there are some difficult situations or relationships that are worth struggling to maintain, though. And as you get older, you're going to find that. And that's what I was kind of saying over there in my little comical moment. But there are connections with children and parents where you can't let go. I know people say, let them go. No. There are some relationships, parents and children, that you just can't let go. You got to love them all the way down to the end. Because there's always somebody out there to snatch them and to destroy them and to cause them not to enter into their full purpose. You got to love those children, or even love your parents right down to the end. You understand what I mean by that? Remember the prodigal son in the Bible, his father? His father was so sad about him gathering up all of his belongings and taking off. But his father had enough love to let him go. But his father never stopped loving him. He loved him all the way to the end. Even when the son came back home, the father was there waiting, having a big party for his son. Now, there are some relationships that you just can't let go and throw. Now, the little lady down there, if that was my son, no, it ain't your son. You don't even have the grace and the anointing by God to even have this kind of son. Oh, come on, somebody. If it was me, I wouldn't fool with that boy. No, you don't have the grace, see. But I do. Yes. You would have blown your brains out when he was 7. But I have the anointing and the stamina to stand up under this. So I will love that child. I will stay committed in my parenting relationship with my children. It's called unconditional love. And it makes us endure the pain. Okay? In my closing, always greet your children with an open arm. They may veer off the path, but they're still your children. Keep passion for the purpose that you have in life. And those of you that know what you came into the earth to do, that's a wonderful thing. And just do it. Don't let anybody stop you. Just do it. Look at Oprah. Just in the last few minutes we've talked, she's, few minutes, I said few. She's made $1,000. Few minutes, 1-2 minutes. Woman's already made $1,000. You know, don't let anybody stop you. Whatever it is in life, fulfill your purpose and reach your goals and your destiny. I've enjoyed talking to you, and I hope you enjoyed listening to me.